Hello friends, welcome to my channel EduKids World. So in this video I will take you how to create a pivot table. So let me just directly go to the data to explain it. So this is the basic data that I have, which shows some date which is in the form of the month, products, and some prices that are in Delhi as well as in Mumbai, right? The only solution to get a summarized view of this data, which can be easily moved around between rows and columns, is through a pivot table. So this is a tool that summarizes and reorganizes the selected columns and rows of a data in a particular Excel to obtain its desired results. How we can quickly draw a pivot table? Let me just show you. Was Alt D P and N, right? So there are two things that you need to answer to create a pivot table. First, the source data, and the second one, where exactly do you want the table to, whether you want it in a new worksheet or an existing worksheet, right? So over here I have specified that this is my data for which I want the table to be created, and if I move next and I want it in a new worksheet, so I've specified that and I just do a finish. Now you see this is the blank table that has formed, and I want my price to be under the values obviously, and I want the sum of all those values for both Delhi and Mumbai, correct? I want my product to come in the row column so that I can have a quick view of what is the total price that I'm paying. Now suppose I need to find out in which particular month I have purchased that particular product, right? So let me just put date here. One option is that you can put the date here. Second option is you can put it under the filter also. So then you can just filter according to your requirements, right? Suppose I put January, the filter I want it over here, right? Now this is showing me still a better view of the summarized data that I have over here. So let me just take you through some different options that we can explore while creating a pivot table. Right. First and the foremost is that anything that you want to move around in this table, you need to be somewhere inside this table. You cannot go outside, then you will not be able to make any changes. So let me just move inside anywhere in the table. Now you will see there is an option that is appearing, which is a pivot table tools, right? Let me click on that. So there are two options that will come out after this. One is the options which are reflecting here. Second is the design option. So if I go to the options first, so starting from here, first it's the pivot table, the name. Suppose I want to keep it as pivot table, I can alter it as 1, right? Second is options. Let's go explore it as per your requirement. Now the second field is that it's asking me, now over here I'm showing as the sum of the price, right? If I want to just see the total or the count of, then I can easily go over here, field settings, that can tell me some average, various other options as per your requirement, right? Now suppose since I have selected on price in Mumbai, so I can only do the changes over here. Suppose instead of moving from sum, I can go to count. Now you will see that this is the count. Alternatively, instead of moving to field settings, you can just tap on anywhere on this, whichever column you want to change, and just do a right click, and here you will find some options of summarize data by sum, count, average. So I'll go back to my original. Next is to sort. So I can sort my data in this way. I can sort from smallest to largest or from largest to smallest as per your needs. So I'll logic. Next is to refresh the data in case you do any changes, you make some changes and it doesn't go live into your data, then obviously you can quickly do a refresh or a refresh, all depending upon if you have multiple pivot tables in your Excel sheet. The next is to change the source data. So over here I had selected my data source from here, right? So if suppose I don't want price in Mumbai, C14, let me do that. So now the price of Mumbai will not appear, right? Next is to clear all. In case you want to clear your the entire pivot, you can clear it. Next is to select whatever entire pivot table you want to select, and then after selecting, the next option is if you want to move your pivot table. Suppose I don't want my pivot table to be on a new sheet, I still have the option to move to my old sheet. Suppose I move it size in the same sheet where my data is there. So I will just do here, and you see over here my table is disappeared and pivot table is appearing over here, right? let me just move it back to my original sheet. Okay, so you can also draw a pivot chart. One important thing is formula. There are formulas that you can add upon in your current data. Suppose I want to see a difference between the prices of Delhi and Mumbai. What will I do? I'll first select this, insert field, right? Then I'll do a minus, and then I'll go to price in Mumbai, insert field. Let's see. Now see, this is the field. Now this is showing me a price in Delhi minus the price in Mumbai, and I don't like this name sum of field, so change my name by just double clicking, and over here I can say as a variance, correct? And okay, right? So this still looks better to view the data, correct? One is the field list. Field list is nothing but, you see this pivot table field list. So if you want it to be appeared, because this is very user friendly, you can easily, if you don't want, then obviously if you just select this, the field list option will go. If you double click back, then it will appear again. So right now you see the plus and the minus buttons. What are these? These are basically the grouping buttons. Now see, if I just group them, I can just see an overall. Suppose I don't select this, then you will not see any plus and minus appearing, and it will actually help you in expanding your or collapsing your data. Field headers are nothing but these headers that you see. If I just move away, click on this, then the field headers will disappear. Moving on to the design option, it's also very good. So instead of having this basic design, you can select from a range of designs that are available. Suppose I prefer this, or if I do a banded rows, now see, your alternate rows will get banded. Similarly, if you don't want this, then you can go for banded columns, means alternate columns will get colored, right? So that's how also you can just play around with this data. Row headers if you want or you don't want, then you can add column headers if you want, you don't want, Next is the subtotal. Suppose I do not want to show the subtotal, or I want to show all the subtotals at the bottom of the group. What are subtotals? Suppose I want to see what is the total sale of in the month of January, right? Over here you can see 45. If I move it here, I have opted for show the subtotals at the bottom. Earlier it was showing us at the top, so it looks good because I can see the total is here, or you can move it down as per your preference. Then grand total, right? Now the report layout, there are three options that you have. One is showing the compact form. So this is the compact form, right? So basically it is showing you in a hierarchical way, right? If I move it to this in the outline format, then you see that there is a separate column that has been created for the product, showing the tabular form. Let's see. So this is giving you a more tabular picture of your entire data. So mainly you can just move around with this data, and you can easily see that pivot table is actually a good option, and it is very simple, as we have already seen. You can see the speed at which I am making the changes is also good. It's very flexible, and you see the accuracy of the data will also be very good, because whatever you are trying to do is getting matched from your totals from wherever you are taking the data. But overall, if you just see, it is a very summarized view that you can play around, and you can get the specific values. Hope you like this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, EduKids World.